The state of banking in Australia, why we need a public post office bank. Australia's banking sector is dominated by the big four banks, Commonwealth Bank, Westpac, ANZ, and NAB. These banks control over 80% of the country's banking assets and have been accused of price gouging, unethical behaviour, and exploiting their market power. The recent Royal Commission into Banking has highlighted the need for reform in the sector, with calls for greater competition, transparency, and accountability. However, many experts argue that the government's response to the Royal Commission has been inadequate, with little progress made in addressing the underlying issues. One solution that has gained traction in recent years is the idea of a public post office bank. Public post office banks have been successful in other countries, such as New Zealand, Japan, and Germany, and could provide a viable alternative to just-for-profit banks in Australia. International examples of post office banks: New Zealand's Kiwi Bank is a publicly owned bank that was established in 2002. Kiwi Bank has been highly successful, with over 1 million customers and a market share of around 10%. Kiwi Bank has been praised for its competitive pricing, excellent customer service, and commitment to supporting local communities. Japan's Post Bank is the largest postal savings bank in the world, with over 300 million accounts and assets of over $2 trillion. Post Bank has been highly successful, with a strong reputation for stability, reliability, and customer service. Post Bank has also been active in supporting small businesses and social enterprises, with a range of financing options and support programs. Germany's Post Bank is a publicly owned bank that was established in 1909. Post Bank has over 14 million customers and is one of the largest banks in Germany. Post Bank has been successful in providing a wide range of financial services, including savings accounts, loans, and investment products. Post Bank has also been active in promoting financial literacy and education. The benefits of a public post office bank in Australia. A public post office bank in Australia could provide a number of benefits, including increased competition. A public post office bank could provide much-needed competition in the banking sector, which could lead to lower prices, better services, and more innovation. Lower fees. Public post office banks typically have lower fees than for-profit banks, which could make financial services more accessible and affordable for everyday Australians. Better access to financial services. Public post office banks could provide better access to financial services for people living in regional and remote areas, who often struggle to access banking services. Support for local communities. Public post office banks could support local communities by providing financing for important infrastructure projects, such as schools, hospitals, and community facilities. This could lead to lower borrowing costs and more investment in local areas. Ethical investing. Public post office banks could prioritize ethical investing, which could help to support social enterprises, small businesses, and other organizations that are making a positive impact in their communities. Post bank resolutions. The Citizens Party has proposed a number of key features for a public post office bank in Australia, including public ownership. The bank would be owned and operated by the Australian government, with a focus on serving the needs of everyday Australians. Community banking. The bank would prioritize community banking, with a network of branches and ATMs in regional and remote areas. Ethical investing. The bank would prioritize ethical investing, with a focus on supporting social enterprises, small businesses, and other organizations that are making a positive impact in their communities. Transparency and accountability. The bank would be transparent and accountable, with regular reporting and oversight from independent auditors and regulators. Council financing. A public post office bank could also provide a valuable source of financing for local councils. Many councils struggle to access financing for important infrastructure projects, due to high borrowing costs and restrictive lending criteria. A public post office bank could provide lower borrowing costs and more flexible financing options, which could help to support investment in local communities. Public bank support. The idea of a public post office bank has gained support from a wide range of organisations and individuals in Australia. This support crosses political boundaries and includes people from a variety of backgrounds, including the Australian Greens and other political parties, community groups and advocacy organisations, small business owners and entrepreneurs, financial experts and economists, everyday Australians who are looking for a fairer and more equitable banking system. Holgate Senate Inquiry. The recent Senate inquiry into postal services included a consideration of the potential benefits of a public post office bank. The inquiry heard evidence from a range of experts and stakeholders, including the Citizens Party. The inquiry's final report highlighted the potential benefits of a public post office bank, including increased competition, lower prices, and better access to financial services. The report also recommended further investigation into the feasibility of a public post office bank in Australia. Conclusion. The state of banking in Australia is in need of urgent reform. A public post office bank could provide a valuable alternative to for-profit banks, with increased competition, lower fees, better access to financial services, and support for local communities. The idea of a public post office bank has gained support from a wide range of organizations and individuals, and the recent Senate inquiry into postal services has highlighted the potential benefits of such a bank. It's time for the Australian government to take action and establish a public post office bank. This could provide a fairer and more equitable banking system for all Australians. What you can do. This grassroots campaign is absolutely a fight we can win, not least because a postal bank is already a popular idea in Australia. In Parliament, it is supported by Katter's Australian Party, KAP, Pauline Hanson's One Nation, PHON, the Greens, and likely the National Party, at least most Nationals. Prominent members of both the Labor and Liberal parties also support the policy. The post office unions, including the Communications Workers Union, CWU, and its parent the Communications, Electrical, and Plumbers Union, CEPU, support a postal bank, as do the LPOs represented by the Licensed Post Office Group. Share this information, contact your pollies representing your area, tell them you want a post bank. Sign the petition links below. The goal of this campaign is to unite the existing support, and recruit more support, around the Commonwealth Postal Savings Bank Bill, to make this a frontline political issue and get the bill passed. It is up to the citizens of Australia to spread the word and build the support. Thanks for watching, please share, thumbs up and subscribe.